What is up, guys? My name is Nick and welcome back to another Black Ops 6 video. Today we're going to be looking at a few things that you guys could do to get your aim to be a lot better. We're going to be breaking up this video into 3 parts: target tracking, snapping onto targets, and being the harder target to hit. You got to do all these things perfectly, all 3 of them, to be the better player in the game, to win most gunfights, to have perfect aim, and to just drop enemies really easily. So before we get into it, guys, if you could drop a like on this one, we're going to go for 777 again. That's a nice number to go for. So if you guys could help me with that, that would be awesome. Subscribe to the channel with those notifications turned on. We're close to 700k, and let's get into the first thing that I want to talk about, and that is tracking targets. How could you track targets? Well, it's pretty simple, right? You find a target, and all you got to do is track them. You just make sure, like, if they're running around, you just follow them, and it's simple as that, right? It's simple in theory, but there's a few things that a lot of people mess up with when tracking targets. They actually go and shoot, and then they overshoot, they undershoot, they miss a lot of shots as somebody's running like crazy. And there's one good thing that you guys could do in order to practice this, and it's something that I myself do in private matches. You turn on bots, and this is not going for headshots, this is not doing any of that, this is not putting the max damage on or anything. Just go into a private match and turn your gun from fully automatic to semi-automatic. Usually you press left on the D-pad, and now this way, all I have to do is shoot one shot at a time, which I think is really good. And then you turn on some bots, and then you just go and practice. You just practice taking single shots at them, and it's a lot more easy to see where you're messing up on those, because if you're shooting at bots and then you see that you're missing bullets, you're going to see if you're undershooting, you're going to see if you're overshooting, and it's really good to have it on semi-automatic. So I really recommend that. Now, guys, make sure to check out MMOEXP if you guys want the easiest camos to unlock, all that kind of stuff, the bot lobbies, whatever you need. MMOEXP's got you covered. They will get you guys everything unlocked, whatever you need. So make sure you guys go and check that out. Now, another thing that I want to talk about is to find your perfect ADS sensitivity, and this has to do with target tracking as well. So if we go into the settings, we go over to controller settings, we go to aiming, and then aiming advanced settings, you're going to see custom sensitivity per zoom. If I put this really high, right, just as an example, at 145, when I ADS, it's really fast, it's hard to control. And then this way, if someone is running, I could easily overshoot my shots. Super simple, right? Now what you want to do is go into your controller settings, go to the aiming advanced, and find the perfect one for you. So for me, it's at 0.90. I find this is good. I could go down to 0.80 if I really wanted to, but I find 0.90 is really nice. So if there is an enemy, it doesn't go that fast. It tracks them pretty nice. And the reason I leave it at 0.90 rather than something lower is because this is good for long range. It's easier to track people at long range, but it's really good if somebody, let's say this mannequin is rushing me up close, it's not too fast, it's not too slow either. I could actually follow them and chase them. And if you're this close, I never recommend ADSing. If you're in barrel stuffing distance to an enemy, just start hip firing, and most of your shots will hit. So don't worry about that. Now that's going to be pretty much it for target tracking. That's all you're going to want to do. And there's a few other things that we're going to talk about afterwards when we get into some other things, but that's basically going to be it for this. Let's move on to snapping onto targets. This is something that you need to practice a lot, because you got to be the first shot. You got to be the first shot in a game like COD. It's really, really fast, and you just got to win these gunfights, right? So how could you snap onto targets faster? That's when you see an enemy and you just snap right onto them so you can start shooting, right? Oh, look, another enemy, just snap right onto them and start shooting. That's what you want to be able to do. You want to be able to see an enemy, and the second you see them, snap onto them before they could actually snap onto you. Oh, the head almost landed right back on. That would have been so sick. Anyways, what could you do for this? I recommend hardcore. Hardcore is a great mode to play and practice your snapping, as it forces you to have the faster reaction time. It doesn't matter what gun you use in hardcore. If some other dude has a faster snap than you, he's going to drop you. It only takes 1 or 2 bullets to drop someone in hardcore, so make sure that you practice that snapping. So what I would recommend is some aiming drills, and something that I really highly recommend is something like this right here. Now, it's early morning for me, it's like 8 a.m. right now, but I'm going to try this anyways. I'm probably not going to be that good. You're going to stand pretty far from this door on Nuketown, and then you're just going to move left and right as fast as you want. Start slow and try to keep that center dot perfectly aligned with the door. Turn around, go the other way, and just try to keep that center dot lined up nicely on the door. This is going to help you guys with your centering, and this centering automatically helps you with snapping. Then you're going to go faster. You're going to start sprinting a little bit, try and keep it on, do whatever you got to do. It's a little hard, but you guys will get used to this, right? And then once you get really nice at that, you could go even further back and try and do it. And then the further you go, the harder it is to actually stay on that door. And then this way, if you practice your centering, right, and you're running in the map and you have your crosshair centered at the door, not pointed at the floor while you run, the second an enemy comes at the door, you just shoot them right away. They'll be dead. If you have your center dot pointed at the floor and you're running around the map like this, it might look like your gun is up and ready, but if somebody comes there, you got to readjust everything just to drop them. So that's something I really don't recommend. Or let's say you do kill someone here, have it pointed here right away. go like that and get behind cover. Make yourself a harder target to hit, which brings us to the last point, being the hard target to hit. We're going to use Nuketown for this one because this is a perfect example. If you have your whole team spawning back here, you don't have to worry about back there. So what I would do is just go prone right here and then pop out like this. And then you could draw people coming out of there. People coming here, they won't see you. You're behind all these objects right here. You're really hard to hit like that. And then you could just get up, go prone, or not prone, go crouched here and go and drop some more people there. If someone comes up there, you might have a hard time, but for the most part, there's going to be people this way. And then you could go to the garage. You could get them there, do whatever you got to do. If you're a hard target to hit, by default, you should be winning the gunfights if somebody is out in the open. So it's really simple at that point. This is another one right here. Getting behind this truck right here, you could draw people nicely. And once people catch on to you, I'm going to be honest, they're just going to start going upstairs. So just move around to another point of the map. If your team is all spawning back here, you could come back to this point here, even go crouch if you want. The harder you are to hit, the less the enemies will hit you, the less flinch you're going to have. When you get shot in this game, you start flinching, you start looking upwards and stuff. So if you're really hard to hit and the enemy's standing out in the open, you'll be able to drop them nicely. Now, another thing that you want to do is strafing in gunfights. This is going to help you guys out a lot. So let's say you're in a gunfight. Don't just stand still and shoot at the enemy like that. Stand still, and this is where your actual centering, your target practice, everything comes into play. You're going to stand still and you're going to strafe left to right while shooting at the enemy like that. And this way, you're really hard to hit because you are moving left to right. They got to start tracking you. If they're standing still, you just stand there, let aim assist do the work, and start dropping the enemy like that. It's really nice, all right? Another thing you could do is you could go ahead and drop shot if you guys want as well, which is all right. I don't really recommend drop shotting. That's where, like, it was kind of hard to do with a semi-auto, but it's where you're just looking at an enemy and you shoot and you just drop shot like that. The reason I don't like that is because they could hit your head really easily and they could get more damage off and they could drop you really easy. I mean, the animation's really slow and clunky, so I just find it really, really weird, all right? But another thing you could do, in my opinion, jump shot. It's not going to help you guys too much, but it will break their aim assist a little bit and they will start missing a few shots. So just jump shot as you're shooting, just start jumping around and stuff. You're going to be harder to hit. And the last thing I want to mention is, let's say you know somebody's right here in this corner and you're coming this way. Don't just go like this and try and get them like that. They're going to see you like instantly. What you want to do is just slide around and start shooting already, and then you could drop them nice and easy. They'll have no time to react. You're going to come really fast. They're still going to be pointed right here by the time you're here. So it's another good thing to do. Another thing is, if you know somebody is right behind here, a lot of people like to camp there, and you have a radar on, for example, well, again, just slide in and already be pointed at that area. Don't just run in, go this way, and oh look, I'm gonna look for someone there, and then this guy drops you right there. You gotta be aware. You gotta be aware of everything, and that's gonna be it. That's gonna be it for the tips, guys. If you did enjoy the video, make sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel. Like I said, we're close to 700k, so if you guys could help that out, that would be awesome. And we're gonna go for 777 likes. If you made it this far into the video, just go ahead and comment Archie. You know what? Just because that mailbox right there, go ahead and do it. Thank you guys for watching. My name is Nick, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.